Hello everyone. Welcome back to another video. My name is Summer and I talk so much about books, Kindles, e-readers, things like that. So if that sounds good to you, thank you for clicking on this video. Thank you for coming back to another one. And if this is your first time here, welcome. I'm so glad you clicked on this video. Please make sure you subscribe for more e-reader content. And everyone, if you could please give this video a big thumbs up. It really helps my channel. Took a little bit of a break because I was sick over the summer and I've been trying to get back into my regular content, but I feel like it just hasn't quite been there. So those likes, those comments, the thumbs ups, the new hype points, I guess I should say, not the likes and the thumbs ups are the same thing. Actually, I don't know why I said that, but there's a new thing about hypes. So that's kind of cool if it gives you that option. And then I also try to reply to everyone's comments, even if it takes me a little bit. And I just love chatting with you guys about books. So this video was inspired by a couple different books that I've got in front of me that I just feel like deserve some more hype. So I've got a bunch of books in this pile, I've got some here, and then I'm going to talk about some recent releases and upcoming releases where some of these have sequels coming out, some of them are new. This one is out on Kindle Unlimited, but not in paperback, anything like that, or like a physical copy, I guess I should say. So we're going to jump right into this and I'm going to talk about some of the books I'm currently reading. I also need to update you guys on reading on the iPad, but that's probably going to be its own separate video because if you have seen one of my videos before, you know I can just talk. I will just yap at you for so long. So we're going to try and keep these little things separate, but I just felt like I needed to sit down, make a video, and I wanted to support some of these amazing authors that have books coming out soon, or that I just feel like I never gave proper attention to, or that I'm kind of shocked that I don't see more hype for. So that's what we're going to get into today. So sit back, relax, get your favorite snack or beverage like hot chocolate, coffee, tea, whatever, and then let's talk about some books together today. First book that I want to talk about is The Serpent and the Wolf. Now, this one I read last year and it was one of my very favorite books of 2024. And I find myself still thinking about it. This is a fantasy. It has a lot of political intrigue and it really, the first page, I'm going to be so honest with you, I think I was reading it during either a live or a read with me. I can't remember which one it was. If I can find it, I'll link it below in the description. But it was so funny because the first few pages of this, and by the way, look at this gorgeous sprayed edges edition. I have a feeling the second book is going to line up with this sprayed edges wise with that wolf eye. And thank you so much to Saga, by the way, for sending me this copy. I read it on my own, but then I'm part of the Saga Says crew and I requested this, not thinking they would send it to me because I'm obviously already a fan. But they are so kind there and they did send this to me as a PR copy, even though I've already read it and loved it, but just to show you guys. And I was contemplating maybe even doing a giveaway with this one. So let me know if you would be interested because I don't have a physical copy of it and this is gorgeous. But I just think more people need to read this book. So I might send someone this one or I might just do an ebook giveaway on it or something. But maybe comment a purple heart below if you would be interested in that or you'd be interested in joining the giveaway. And maybe I'll just pick someone and send them the book. So keep an eye on the comments and leave a little purple heart if you'd be interested in joining the giveaway. But look at this cover. It is gorgeous. The sprayed edges are gorgeous. And again, the giveaway, I don't know, I just literally came up with this in my head as I'm talking. So there's nothing set in stone here, but I just think this book deserves more hype. And maybe I'll do, I don't know, maybe I'll do one for more of these books. They might have to be ebooks though, just because the post office has been a bit of a nightmare lately. I've had to ship some things to friends and family and I don't know, we'll see. So it might be Amazon or ebook only. So if that sounds exciting to you, then make sure you leave a comment with, let's do this. That way I can see which book you might want. Leave a comment with the cover color. And if there's more than one with the same color, we'll figure that out. But anyway, so this one would be purple, a purple heart. So The Serpent and the Wolf is just, I can't even describe it. The reason I was talking about that live, and as you can see, I get really distracted as I'm talking, but the reason I was talking about that live is the first few pages, I almost quit. I was reading and I was just what is this? And I was reading it on my Kindle at the time because obviously I didn't have a paper copy until just this week. So I was reading it and I was like, I don't know about this one. It was a NetGalley situation. It was before I was part of Saga Says crew. And it was just like, I don't know. Because I was like, this is so different than what I thought it was. And then you guys, I am so glad I stuck it out because again, this is one of my favorite books of 2024. I think about it so much. And actually, now that I look back on it, that was one of the most innovative beginnings of a book that I have read in kind of a while because it shocked me. It sucked me in, but it also it was so shocking. So I was kind of like, what is this? This is different than what I thought I had picked up. But it ended up just being so good. The characters, the love story in this book is so fantastic and just kind of more realistic than what I've seen in a lot of books. And it does remind me a bit of Daenerys in Game of Thrones. And I know that we might have some polarizing views on that character because of what happened in the last season. I won't spoil anything, but I was disappointed with what they did to her character. And this kind of reminds me of like just who Daenerys was and who she became, not the bad thing that people will say, to try and keep it vague there. So I liked just kind of the whole unraveling of this. There's a really unique magic system. It's a really good slow burn. And this one does have a sequel coming out next year. And I do have the ebook of that one. And that one is on like the top of my list of arcs to read and then get back to you on. So this one does have a sequel coming out very soon. It did leave us on a bit of a cliffhanger. So I need to find out what happened. So I'm going to link all of these below, but I will pause so you can read this one and see if you might like it. And again, if you are interested in this one, leave a purple heart in the comments. So that is The Serpent and the Wolf by Rebecca Robinson. And also Rebecca posts some really cool things, so make sure you go follow her as well. The next one, oh my gosh, I forgot how heavy this one is. This one has like premium pages, like they are so nice. It's almost like a magazine, like they're glossy pages, but they're so heavy. But I love this book so much. So I have been slowly working through this book. Alexandra Chan did send me this book. She is a family member of one of my friends, and so I was lucky enough to connect with her, and she sent me this beautiful PR box that I did a little vlog about last year. So some of these books are from last year, but I just feel like since I've been sitting with them and since I've been looking at them on my bookshelf, I just feel like they need more attention. So again, that's why I feel like they deserve the hype. They deserve people to pick them up. And this one is so cool because it is kind of her own story and how she found magic within herself. And she actually just posted, I saw this morning, and that reminded me of this video. She posted that she traveled to a few different places like Spain. I think she traveled to Egypt, and I want to say somewhere else, but I can't remember at this exact moment. But I'm going to tag her so you can go follow her on TikTok and Instagram. I'll tag all these authors. But she posted that she traveled to all these places only to find the magic within herself. And this one's really cool because she did all the artwork, you guys. At least I think she did most of it. But she sent me this like beautiful tiger drawing, and she talks about it a lot. So I just love when people are multifaceted and talented and can do art and write. Like it's the coolest to me. So this one is so heavy, but I've been reading it just bit by bit because I feel like it started speaking to me, and I just started reading little like bite-sized pieces of it. And honestly, I don't want it to be over because I feel like every time I read it, it inspires me. So when I'm done with it, I'm just gonna have to read it again, I guess, is really what's gonna happen. But this is the back of it here, again, in case you want to pause to read. But it has to do with kind of her own life and the year of the ram, the death of her father, and an event seemingly foretold in Chinese mythology. So this has so many different things in it, like history, mythology, magic, all of the things that I am interested in, to be quite honest. And she is an archaeologist who is also a writer and an artist and so many other things. So please go check this out and make sure you follow Alexandra. Tell her I sent you, give her some love. And I think this one, let's have this one be a green heart in the comments. Although this one I feel like really should be like a physical one because you need to experience these pages, but we'll see. Again, that giveaway that I was talking about, I just randomly came up with it. So if I think of more rules and things like that, I'll let you know, but I will like maybe pick a few people in the comments and just send them some ebooks or physical books. We'll see. So again, just leave a comment with the heart of the color of your cover that you're thinking that you like the most. So this one can be green. And again, this one is absolutely magical. I don't even know how to describe it. Like, I don't know how Alexandra got magic into this book, but it makes me feel magic when I read it. And I don't think you could ask for anything more. This next one is called A Vow of Embers by Sariah Wilson. And this one is actually the second book in the Eye of the Goddess series. The first one is called A Tribute of Fire. The second one is this one, A Vow of Embers. And then the third one is actually coming out in December. I did apply to see if I could get an ARC of that one, but I know there are only like 40 copies in the entire world. So I don't know if I will get one or not, but regardless, I love this series so much. It has brought me so much joy. And I don't have a physical copy of A Tribute of Fire. I only have it on my Kindle, but I thought I would show you this one because guys, look at this chunk of a book. Like, it just makes me so happy when I know there's so much story to read. And this one is a fantasy. This one I feel as though you would really like, even if you are not a fantasy lover. Like, people who like Fourth Wing, not that this is like Fourth Wing, this is so much more like mythology based. If you are a Raylo fan, if you know, then you would love this series. Sariah Wilson loves Raylo so much, so she has included a lot of those traits and characteristics into this book. And the two main characters, it's like this forbidden, like it's like you like I can't even put it into words. There's something that happens in this book where it makes it impossible for them to actually be together, but they have to be together. And there is a twist at the beginning and end of book one, A Tribute of Fire, where it just, everything is like set up so wildly, and then you see how the story progresses in the second one, and then the third one. Like, I just don't even know how this is possibly going to be resolved, but I can't wait. And Sariah's writing is just so beautiful. It sucks you in. It makes you want to keep reading. The characters feel real. Everything is emotionally heart-wrenching. Like, I don't know. There's one scene in this book that I think about so often, and I go back and reread it maybe like at least once a month, where I just feel like I need to like just relive that scene. So I absolutely love it. Sariah has some awesome things on her social media as well, so make sure you go check her out. Make sure you follow her, and make sure you read the first one first. This one is on Kindle Unlimited. I honestly can't remember if The Serpent and the Wolf is on Kindle Unlimited. I'll have to look, but I know that this series is. And so you can go ahead and go read this one right now. And I think the coolest part, if I remember right, is that the audio is also on Kindle Unlimited. So you can actually like go back and forth between the audiobook and the ebook if you do it that way. Or you can buy the paper copy and just have these beauties sitting on your shelf. The first one is blue, this one is red, and the third one, which is going to be the last one, is green. And they all just look so good together. So eventually I am going to get a copy of the first one physically, but this one came out on July 8th, and I've just been waiting ever since to get my hands on the last bit of that story, because I have to know what happens. So this one, I just don't know why. I feel like I haven't heard more people talking about this series. I feel like the people that love it and are obsessed, and I think it just deserves way more credit, and people should be picking this series up. So if you are into Greek mythology, it kind of has like a bit of a Wonder Woman Amazon vibe. Like, you know how in the movies for Wonder Woman, although the second one was so bad, don't even get me started on that one, but the first Wonder Woman movie that came out, like, I don't know, was it like 10 years ago at this point? The remake, not like the original Wonder Woman, but the remake that they did, the one that has like Chris Pine in it. So random. But anyway, that one has like, it has like some mythology that goes kind of, it feels a bit like the Amazon society that we didn't really get to see a ton of. It feels a bit like that along with Greek mythology, and it just has such good world building and such good characters. So I cannot wait for this last one. So please go pick up the first one in the series, A Tribute of Fire, ASAP, so you can tell me what you think. And if you are interested in a giveaway of this one, let's make this one a red heart, even though I would probably send you the first one just for the sake of keeping it easy. Let's make this one red. gonna skip this one for a second because it's just a new release, so we'll come back to that one. The next one that I've got for you is called Witchcraft and Fury, and this one is by T.T. Greenshaw. This one is so cool, you guys. I know I keep saying this about all of them, that they're so unique, but again, that's why they are in this video and they deserve more hype. This one really reminded me of like old fantasy novels in such a good way, like the classics. Like it reminded me of like Lord of the Rings, Brandon Sanderson, Garth Nix, like just the highest tier fantasy that I can think of. And he has some really fun things on his social media too. Like these authors are just so multi-talented, and the cover here, like the camera does not do it justice. I think this one may also be on Kindle Unlimited, but I'll see if I can put something on the screen when I'm editing for all of these, just so you'll have them, because I don't remember, but we'll see. So this one is about a girl named Solar, and she lives in a society where only men can do magic. And so she actually would get persecuted if she were to practice it. And there's this whole thing about how she's like becoming who she maybe is meant to be. She's going to be the first girl in over 100 years to study magic without being persecuted because it's part of her destiny, all this kind of stuff. So there's like political stuff here. There's stuff with the kingdom. And I just love this one so much. It does have all the elements that I look for, and it really is a fantasy. Like it has some romantic elements too. I know romantasy is like such a big thing right now, but this one is like at its core a fantasy, and the story just grips you. And I think the second one is coming out next year. I'm so excited for it because it's not like unfathomable, where it's like one of those books where it's like, oh, the fantasy is like so high fantasy that it's inaccessible. I don't know. I haven't had coffee today, guys. It's like the first day in so many days that I haven't had coffee, and the sun's going down. So anyway, it's not inaccessible. It's just so well written, so well crafted. And I just think that T.T. Greenshaw is going to blow up. Like, I really think that this book is going to be one of the greats. I think this is going to have so many fans. I think this is going to have a following of people who are obsessed with it. But I often see with these series, especially like I think these two right here, of Embers and the Serpent and the Wolf, I think these two are going to blow up once we have book 3 and book 2 for this one, because sometimes with fantasy it takes a second for it to catch on, and I think this one is going to be one of those as well. So keep your eye peeled for this one. Let's have this one be a black heart in the comments if you're interested in this one. And again, this one I just loved so much. Like, I'm in awe. I'm just in awe of these authors and their talent, and I think we should be celebrating that even more than we already do. Just the heart and soul and ideas and blood, sweat, and tears these authors pour into their work. Like, I'm always in awe of them. So make sure that you pick this one up, and I do again think this one is on Kindle Unlimited too. Then on our last one that I think is going to get so much hype, this one is called The Silversmith. This one's by L.J. Claren, and this one I just requested yesterday on NetGalley and got it. Thank you so much, Second Sky /Forever. But this one is book 1 as well. This one I think is going to blow up so massively. It's on Kindle Unlimited already, so you can actually go get it. It just doesn't have a physical copy out yet. But this one, I think I've barely just started it, but like you can feel it. I think this one is going to get so much hype. And so this one is kind of like one of the new releases that I think you guys would love. So this one, like this first half of the video was a bit like, I've read them and I feel like they need more hype ASAP. And then the second few things that I'm going to show you, they're ones that I think are going to have a massive hype, and just like letting you know that they are here, since I haven't really been doing my TBR Tuesdays, but I plan on going back to that, especially during Vlogmas. And I think right after this, if I still have sunlight left, I think I'm going to film a members only like planning for Vlogmas. So if you ever want to see any of those, you can join and become a member. So anyway, this one on Kindle Unlimited, I just know this one is gonna get tons of hype. This one I just got in the mail yesterday. I had to reorder it because something weird happened with Amazon, but this one is called A Dark Forgetting. And this one is by the same author as Heartless Hunter and Rebel Witch, which I loved. And this one has gorgeous orange sprayed edges. And this one I'm just really, really, really excited to read. I think that it might be a re-release of one that she had before, and then it's now being traditionally published is what I'm gathering. So I can't wait to read this one because Kristen Ciccarelli, I don't know if I'm saying her last name right, it just seems like it. She's such a fantastic author and I love her writing. So can't wait to read this one. That one's on my TBR for very soon. But I'm reading like 12 books right now. I'm trying to finish so many at once. And my library hold for Silver Elite is up like tonight at like 2 a.m. So I'm going to try and sit down and read through that one as fast as I can. I'm also almost done with Ship of Spells. And this one, you guys, is so unique. This one, I have not read something like this maybe ever, but it's like reminds me a bit of like Pirates of the Caribbean just because it has a ship, obviously, but the ship is sentient and it's just so different. It's kind of like Fourth Wing meets Shield of Sparrows meets Pirates of the Caribbean meets like something I've never read before, but it has gorgeous sprayed edges on the actual edition. This is the ARC, but the sprayed edges kind of have this on it. I'll link it below. And I'm using my Disneyland hotel key from years ago as my bookmark for this, and it just fell out. So I'll have to figure out where I was in this, but that was my bookmark. So that's what that was about. But I love this one. This one is really, really surprising me in such a good way. So make sure you pick this one up. I think this one is on Kindle Unlimited too. But again, the sprayed edges, it's like, that's how I feel like it is. Do you guys feel that way? That it's like, it's either on Kindle Unlimited and has beautiful sprayed edges, or it's not on Kindle Unlimited at all. And I'm just like, what am I supposed to pick? I don't know. And then the last one I want to show you guys is called Good Energy. And this one has just been so fun to read because I really like nonfiction books about health. And I don't always agree with all of the authors, but I like to get lots of perspectives on health, if that makes any sense. And I like to read them before bed because then I'm not like sucked into a story or something where I feel like then I need to read until 2 a.m. So I kind of like to read them when I'm going to bed, and then I can just get little snippets of things to think about for the next day. So this one is called Good Energy by Casey Means, and this one talks about really making sure that everything you're putting in your body is helpful to its overall health and energy, like making sure that it can just process things well, avoid disease, and just feel good. And those of you guys who have been up with my channel for a while, you guys know that I got COVID in July, and it was kind of mysterious, but I then got long COVID after that, and it was just horrible. And then I had some stuff where it continued even past like long COVID into just some terrible, weird things that I've been having to get tests done for, things like that. And I know a few other people who have had weird stuff happen to them after just being sick and they're not sure if it's COVID or not, that kind of a thing. But just in general, I've been trying to make myself the healthiest version that I can possibly be, because if I get sick again, I want to be able to fight it, and I want to be able to just recover as well as I can. So I actually gifted a copy of this to my dad too, just because I was like so impressed with it. So I've been loving this. What's weird is the hardcover was like $11, but then the Kindle one is like $14. So I don't know. I just thought it was cool. And I'm going to tab through and highlight this because it has so many different sections of like different foods, different things that you can do for exercise, for sleep. It talks about different diseases and things that like, you know, with just anxiety, insomnia, things that I have experienced in my life. And it talks about different technology, biomarkers, just how to be your best self, truly. The first couple chapters of this, I was like, I don't know. But then once I got past the first couple chapters, I've been really, really, really impressed. And I think I'm like 60% of the way through, just doing bite-sized pieces of this one too. So if you look at my nightstand, you would be like, what on earth is going on over there, Summer? Because I have so many books on my nightstand and my Kindle and my iPad mini that I've been just kind of trying to try out so I could review it. So don't worry, there are more iPad mini and Kindle comparisons coming soon. So again, make sure you're subscribed for that. But make sure you leave a comment if any of these look good, or if you've read them, or if there's anything similar to these that you've read. And I'm going to link all of them below, and I'm also going to link the authors below if I can, or you can probably just search for them and find them. I'm pretty sure all of them have social media that's pretty easily accessible, but make sure you go find them. Make sure that you let me know if there are any that look particularly good to you. And I don't know why I stacked them this way. I'm losing sunlight, so I'm going to stop yapping here. But please go pick these up. Let me know what you guys think, because I would love to chat with you if you have read any of these or are planning on reading it. And leave those hearts in the comments, and I might just pick a few people and comment and ask you for your email address and send you a book, either an ebook or a physical book. We'll see what happens, because these are just some of my favorites. And again, they deserve more hype. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll be back soon with another one very soon. I just finished filming a vlog that I'm going to edit along with this one. I need to do 10 before the end. I need to plan Vlogmas. I need to talk about the iPad. So many things that we need to talk about. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day.